Good morning, everyone. I hope your days, I like to say, has been pleasant so far, harmonious, peaceful, probably already more productive than you thought it perhaps might be, but hopefully a good productivity. So yesterday was full moon, or I believe, and Sojong, and then also Dorje, which is said to be this time when the Buddha entered into debate with the main schools of India at that time, and was able to, I don't like to say the word defeat, to enlighten them to a new point of view. Let's say that way here. To enlighten them to a new point of view. And perhaps how we use our language also shapes our actions. And that language, again, I play with this idea of this looking at myself also. As I said, nature, nurture, a culture, society, and even how our language have changed. Maybe 50 years ago, maybe you have to go back further than that, 50 years ago, we would say to someone, I'll give you a call later. I'll write you. Now, I will text you. We can have a video chat. To tell someone, I will write you seems so archaic. I'll text you. In fact, when you are texting me, my phone will tell me, typing. I must wait. So everything is so shortened and instant. And as a culture, again, we have a disposable culture where a new model of something, a new gadget, presents itself almost as quickly as the one we have in our hand, thus making it obsolete, and increasing our desires to acquire the next shiny bauble object that perhaps will make our lives more easy. Sometimes it makes it more difficult, but more expedient also in whatever is that we wish for to acquire. So what it would have been like during the time of the Buddha to hear those debates with the panditas of these other Indian schools, and the manner in which the Buddha presented a new vantage point and new ideas that obviously took hold because we are representative of those of that fruition at this very moment. So thinking about, it says for 15 days, and also talks about the 12 deeds of the Buddha, which no need to go into at this point in time. But then I thought about these, for 15 days, a miracle was put forth and shown by the Buddha. So having sat out in the snow last night, so and quiet, and the crispness of the air, and a light fog that is arising from the interaction of the air and the coldness of the snow and the leaves, etc., and the moonlight coming through the haziness of the sky and the clouds. When you think about it, is that not a miracle? It is not the miracle that the universe has orchestrated this symphony. I think the miracle is that one can sit in the middle of the night and be aware of this symphony. There's one phrase, to paraphrase, those who were seen to dance were thought crazy by the ones who could not hear the music. I like this statement. I hope, as one of those miracles perhaps, that you arose this morning and you heard the music, and perhaps you even danced. You danced on the way to the bathroom, dancing, brushing your teeth, dancing. Maybe you had your coffee, and maybe you actually looked outside and saw, oh, the snow that came in an instant in a mystery is dissolving away and will be gone shortly. Looking at the snow last night and thinking, oh, to rest upon the ground like the snow, and then just to melt away. So looking out this morning and again seeing the sun and seeing from the dark of night and moonlight, and now the sunlight that reveals a different miracle. So as I was thinking, as Lama called me this morning, oh no, what's wrong? Maybe he is going on an excursion to go and do something. When someone calls, the first thing is like when your mother is coming home and you're looking around, okay, is everything in place? Did I do everything right? I don't know if you had that syndrome. I think probably some of you did. But wondering, is everything okay? And for the most part, it is a miracle. I was thinking that it's almost been a year, almost full year. So I think it's a miracle that we have been able to maintain perhaps even greater continuity of gathering and practicing and engaging in an endeavor of like-mindedness for the benefit of all sentient beings, no matter where they may be in the world. That I think it's a miracle that we're still able to do this, and even thinking about how to continue. We have a new word, hybrid. At one time, going back to how things change. I don't know if it's been 10, 20 years, who knows? But you can go buy a hybrid vehicle. But a year ago, it was presented to those who may be teaching or working with others in a way, is that we do so in a hybrid way. Does that mean I get a car that will drive me back and forth, sometimes electric, sometimes gas? No, it means I will be sometimes on Zoom and sometimes in the class with distant contact and wearing a mask. So our language is taking on a whole different connotation, isn't it? But all of this, as I said to myself, stream of consciousness, what to say to them? I have nothing to say other than these are some madness thoughts of someone who is looking at the leaves and sitting in the snow and feeling the night breeze and its chill as it moves over my face. But I again will go back to perhaps you awoke this morning and the miracle is you woke up. The second one is you got up. The third one is you're still walking. And do you not think it's a miracle? For the most part, I would hope you're all healthy. And I'm sure over this year, we've had our bouts with fear and anxiety and worry and concern for ourselves and for our loved ones and for others beyond that. But for the most part, it seems as we have fared well. Don't you think that's a miracle? You have house, you have job, you have food, you have your transportation, and etc. Whereas we woke up this morning, there are others who did not. I think that's a miracle. Maybe even waking up is a miracle. So I must do some more research and these 13 miracles, or I should say 15 miracles that the Buddha orchestrated. to see how do they correlate to where we are today. Sometimes we just take, we'll go to my seat, sit down, do practice, and go on. But how does it infuse itself into our everydayness in little ways? How you may say hello to someone, a smile unseen, but that is there. Getting a drink of water, or just walking about and being present. Again, this spatial temporal existence in this 6 dimensionality or more. How do we function within that, having awareness? So I've been thinking about there is the past, here we are in what we call the present, and we look forward to what's going to unfold our future. But as I said to someone, at this present moment, we are the coalescing or convergent of our past actions. So in essence, our past is present at this moment. And this present moment becomes the foundation for our future. So our future is present at this moment. So in this present moment, our past and our future coexist. So we might say, so what? How might I make use of that? One, as I said to myself, then present moment wakefulness. The present moment wakefulness brings the unity of the past and the future into the nowness. This word we've had over many philosophers and speakers and personalities speak of nowness, being in the now. I would trend this into present moment wakefulness. And in the present moment wakefulness, then to try to be at peace with what has happened in the past, as Talopa says, let it go. And what may come of the future, like a mirage or a ghost hasn't appeared, let it go. And even if I focus on this present moment right now, then it's already past. Let go. Just to be present. So again, sitting up last night, what does it mean to be present? Present moment wakefulness. That one relinquishes and let go of the bondage and the binds and the chains that hold us down. We all seek a few common things: happiness and peace, to feel safe and secure. At least those things we all have in common. Where are they? And we seem to have a culture that says by buying and engaging in certain activities that you can bring about this happiness, whether it's through libations or through a vehicle or a pair of shoes, or whether it's even the cream you put on your aching joints, or the beer or the tea or the wine and so forth that you may drink. That you do these things, you'll find happiness. We know it's not the case. Again, the only peace and the only happiness that you will incur or locate or find is that which you have in your heart, in your mind at this very moment. So again, I think that's a miracle. So as I was sitting, look within and let go. All the teachers I've had have said, look toward, let go. Rest in present moment wakefulness. Let go of fixity or fixating or grasping or clinging or altering or changing this present moment. And just rest, as Urgyen Samten said, as it is. So take a breath in this morning, please. please. And for this brief time, again, as I said this morning, joyous acceptance of what unfolds in the present moment of wakefulness. And in this present moment of wakefulness, what just came to mind is Amitabha. A friend of mine sent some artwork from China of these various famous caves from the Sung dynasty, Master Zisui. But Amitabha, it's not Amitabha, it's one of the arhats, but it's sitting like Amitabha. Amitabha, the Buddha of boundless light. We want to do some recitations of that today. Boundless light. The Trinity, Amitabha, Chenrezig, Guru Rinpoche, and all the way down to our present masters. So bring your hands together, please. We'll come back to this Amitabha. So from the beginningless time down to the present constructive time, we pay homage to all of the enlightened ones. So Guru Rinpoche says, I pay homage to Amitabha, Chenrezig, the embodiment of the enlightened manifestations of all gurus, lamas, rinpoches, yogis, etc., throughout the vastness of time. May we receive your blessings. May that be the miracle, that those blessings and those miracles unfold in our life at this very moment. So therefore, we pay homage, offering our body, our speech, and our mind to be a benefit to all sentient beings. And again, just rest again, the hands in the position, the gesture of tranquility. So then I also thought, being that this is the Thupten, the time of the great debates and the showing of miracles. So maybe over this next 15 days, so many aphorisms that we see on the social media, this, that, and the other. But may one really manifest over these next 15 days, I hope some miracle manifest in each of our lives. That some unexpected, unexplained event occur. May it be small or large. And sometimes it may be so subtle, it just passes you by. And then you reflect back and go, oh, that was interesting. And you go by your way and think nothing of it until maybe a few days. So over these next 15 days, perhaps some event, some receiving, some calling, and maybe you will be the miracle that appears in someone else's existence. What that says is that you may not make a difference in this world, but to one person, you may change their whole world. So today is also Sojong, the omission and admission, things that we should have done, but we did not, and things that we did do and we should not. So we acknowledge the ways in which we have, a better word, broken. We acknowledge that which we said we would do, but we did not do at this point. I'm trying to find different languages, negative language, but we just didn't do what we said we would do. It's like I say, do what you're doing while you're doing. And for me, washing the dishes has always been a good meditative practice to do exactly that. Because when a errant thought comes in, other than what I'm doing, I usually wind up dropping the spoon or the plate or chipping the bowl or something like this. And I went, you weren't paying attention. You weren't doing what you said you would do as you're doing it. So maybe you'll have this experience also. Going back to, as I said earlier, isn't a miracle that this awareness that one can employ in whatever actions that may be. And in employing those actions, they could be those of negative, positive, or neutral, and each will produce its said effect. So Sojong, again, is to acknowledge those positive actions and also to acknowledge those negative actions and the neutral ones, and to create and bring about a balance to restore the equilibrium that brings about our happiness and perhaps reveals our knowledge and allows us to access our inner wisdom. Take a breath in, please. And again, as you breathe out, just rest for a moment. It's sort of a fantastical language. This is to receive a miracle. But how can one receive anything shrouded in darkness and shrouded in doubt? And Lama Rinpoche says, even if the Buddha was to come and stand in front of you, but mind was closed like a river rock, one would be receiving, but nothing would be perceived. And therefore, how could you benefit? And even if you were a benefit, you would cast it down and throw stones, like so many times we do. So each time I've said, breathe in and breathe out. Isn't that a miracle? To breathe in and to breathe out freely without any obstructions. So honor this miracle of the day as we engage and practice, that hopefully our intent is to make a difference in the world of others and ourselves. Breathe in again, please. Breathe out as you just release onto your seat. So many times now it's become quite poignant. The oral pit instructions of the various teachers to sit in stillness, to sit in silence and rest. And each one of those short words we could expound. What does that mean? And how does one sit in stillness? How does one enter into the great ominous silence? And to rest beyond attachment to concept or non-concept, or that which lies between the two. To rest at a metaphysical level, to rest at a physical level, and to recognize without attachment that which arises as a result. Guru Rinpoche says the unity of Amitabha and the Chirezi combined together in immeasurable compassion for the benefit of all sentient beings, which is expressed and served through the great master, Padmisambhava, Guru Rinpoche. From this state of clarity, hopefully that maybe has dawned for a moment, it is the essence of the deity. It is Vajrasattva, Vajratopa, single or dual, depending on your understanding. Both fine. Everything is contained within. So to begin, we just do shut. Long Vajrasattva, to cleanse and purify, but also to bring itself into the miracle of present moment wakefulness. Sudokaya Magoa, Sudokaya Magoa, Anaradam Magoa, Savazit, Payatu Zarahamazutame, Sidum Zidum Guru Hum, Bhagavan, Savadata, Baruman, Zubama, Samaya, Sadua, Baru Zatu Samaya, Manu, Baduzadu Denova, Didu Magoa, Sudokaya Magoa, Sudokaya Magoa, Anaradam Magoa, Savazit, Payatu Zarahamazutame, Guru. Sada Dada Gada Badruman Muzavende Bava Mahasamaya Satua, Badru Sadu Samaya, Matu Badaya, Badru Sadu. Didu Mabua, Sudu Kaya Mabua, Subu Kaya Mabua, Anarata Mabua, so Sidi Mepaya to Sada. Sidum Zidum Guru Hung, Ha Ha Ha, so Dada Gada Badruman Muzavende Bava Mahasamaya Satua. Badruza to Samaya, Manu Bagaya, Badruza to Denova, Didu Kaya Magu, Chukaya Magu, Anaratu. So was it in Mebrea to Zaragama to do Zedam Sedam Guru Home, Bhagavan. So that I got the bedroom and it was over the Bava Samaya. Badruza to Samaya, Manu Bagaya, Badruza to Denova, Didu Magu, Chukaya Magu, Chukaya Magu, Anaratu. So was it in Mebrea to Zaragama to do Zedam Sedam Guru. So that I got the bedroom and it was over the Bava Samaya, Satua, Badruza to Samaya, Manu Bagaya, Badruza to the Mabua, Sudokaya Mabua, Sudokaya Mabua, Anarata Mabua, Savasiti. Soragama Zedum Zedum Guru Home, Ha Ha Ha, Bhagavan, Samaya Satua, Badruza to Samaya, Manu Bagaya, Badruza to the Mabua, Sudokaya Mabua, Sudokaya Mabua, Anarata Mabua. So was it a memory of the Zaragama Zedum Sidum Guru Home, Ha Ha Ha. Sada Dada Gada Badramani Muzavende Bava Mahasamaya Satu. And then breathing out again, just rest for a moment. Again, this cleansing of the body, freeing of the body and the speech, breath, and mind in unity. Recognize it from this state of release, state of letting go and letting be. Again, when you sit outside and you can feel the gentle breeze moving through the space of the trees and the leaves, it's almost they barely move sometimes. Then I thought, oh, breathe like that, gently in and gently out in time, and just rest upon your seat in the same way that the snow is resting upon the ground and melting. May it be like that for me, to rest and just gently dissolve away. And then from this same state, then we just go so from this state of wakefulness, and we visualize Guru Rinpoche, who is the manifestation of our teachers above us. And then we say, most precious Guru, please think of me. Bestow the blessings that will free and ripen my mind, so that I may realize as quickly as possible for the benefit of all sentient beings. Most precious Guru, please think of me. Bestow the blessings that will free and ripen my mind, so that I may realize as quickly as possible for the benefit of all sentient beings. Most precious Guru, please think of me. Bestow the blessings that will free and ripen my mind, so that I may realize as quickly as possible for the benefit of all sentient beings. Sentient beings are numberless. I vow to liberate them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to transcend them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. Buddha's enlightened way is unsurpassable. I vow to embody it. Sentient beings are infinite. Sometimes I use that word. I vow to liberate them. Illusions are inexhaustible. I vow to transcend them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. Buddha's enlightened way is unsurpassable. I vow to embody it. Sentient beings are numberless. I vow to liberate them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to transcend them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. Buddha's enlightened way is unsurpassable. I vow to embody it. You should visualize, again, this image of the Buddha's standing with arms open and the pleasant countenance of face, and inviting, and says, please come and be with us. Aid us in alleviating the suffering and bringing about the happiness of all sentient beings. Zom Nandze Nande Nandze Durbe Dorje Dorje Senda Zomba Ye Zanye Doda Yudom Babe Zod Fonla Zazo Dajo Dajizu Jome Gyalo Zonde Dodo Jambe Gyarba Kirda Paradamba Unla Rumba Daje Daba Je Dubu Daba Zadrar Badani Senje Jamje Naro Jambe Yeje Jaba Zira Drabade Zunju Dumbe Daje Babe Waje Waje Yela Zazalu Zamba Junur Baden Doje Jenre Zagwa Dumbo Jambe Ba Zaye Tempo Demba Nambaza Namba Nembo Bajo Dondo Duba Doji Barga Dondo Nobo Noba Nidre Namayi Zazen Larnam Daje Baji Du Chenjo Chemba Yela Zazalo Renjen Doji Daje Doye Ka Dondo Dondo Damo Damala Renda Dondo Bunzom Bari Ru Midu Dazen One Go Dondo De Renjen Doji Doge Dajen Doju Gewa Jenjen Diri Ma Jenzo Jenwo Jende Babe Daje Namo Gela Jazalo Zamba Jumbo Dinjo Tepe Bu Mendo Dondo 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 Umbagi Dondo Noma Mejo Dondo Dode Nande Dodo Tuje Dondo Dondo Doje Barwa Mejo Doje Jeje Zazo Ije Gile Daje Jende Dowa Keda Dodo Dije Jawa Jombola Geda Jawa Jawa Dondo Baba Jodo Nijiru Daji Dele Bodo Doba Tenji Jawa Jombola Geda Jawa Jawa Dondo Baba Jodo Nijiru Daji Dele Bodo Chonam jele gele chon je chon je je te be so gola gungo ganje ba chen chon chen bo de ge so go wa da zamba ye san ge do dang ge do da chen je ne bo de ge ba ta ba da ne ge su ji je ra ne de da je be chon de chen chen do da zang ge do do ne ge de chon de chen je zang ge do je je nam ga na ba da do wa je je ne go ba Dorje ne go ne do wa darga sa wa so. Jonam je le ge de jon de do de ge so go la go go ga de ba. Den bo de ge so do wa da zang ba ye zang ge do da ge do la. Ne bo de ge ba da ne ge zo je ra ne de da je be. So be do da zang ge do de ne ge de so be zang ge do. Jeze nanga nama ta no wa jeze nego ba jeze doje nego ne do wa terya sa wa so chonam jele gede chon de don de so go la go ga je ba jenjo jenbo de ge chon do wa da da sam ba ye sa ge do da ge do la jenjo ne bo je ge ba ta ba da ne ge zu ji jira ne je dan je be zon be je Sangye do no nege de chombe jento sempido. Jeze nanga namba na do wa jeze nego ba. Jeze do je nego ne do wa darga sa wa so. All phenomena arise from their causes. Their causes are explained by the Buddha. Cessation of these causes too are taught thus by the great sage. With a wish to free all beings, I shall always go for refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha until I reach full enlightenment. Enthused by wisdom and compassion today in the Buddha's presence, I generate the mind for full awakening for the benefit of all sentient beings. As long as space remains, as long as sentient beings remain, until then may I too remain and dispel the misery, suffering, and the causality of ignorance, desire, attachment, and anger in this world through loving kindness and compassion. So on this time that the Buddha liberated and presented new ways of perception over 15 days, may we also be enlightened and informed with miracle in your life. Within the next 15 days, perhaps something will manifest completely unexpected. At least I hope so. Abgi Junji, Zagi Ranjundu, Jungi Mundu, Dungi Junjun, Ba, Zurgi, Nombo, Chewa, Chibegu, Zagi Gabo, Chula, Chahata, Tayata, Umane, Mune, Mahamana, Yeshua. 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 Om mane mane mahamana yezwa, 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 mane mane yezwa, mane mane so mane mane mahamana yezwa, mane mane mahamana yezwa, mane mane mahamana yezwa, mane mane mahamana yezwa, mane so mane mane mahamana yezwa, mane mane mahamana yezwa, so mane mane mahamana yezwa, mane mane mahamana yezwa. So many, 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 Again, we visualize receiving the blessings in the form of the four lights from the body of the Buddha, ourselves and others being the recipient thereof. And again, make space. You create space. If there is no space, then where is their place? Nothing can enter or be put into the full cup. It's as though when it speaks of the 5 types of cups become the last. An upright vessel that is clean and ready to receive. May I and may we be like that porcelain upright cup. We receive the blessings. And by receiving the blessings, perhaps it will be the foundation of some miraculous, unexpected, mysterious moment that will appear in your lives. And the reason I ask is to strengthen your foundation beyond a fabrication of beliefs to a internal maturation that is beyond belief, that one feels the essence and the presence of the enlightened ones, and that every molecule, every atom, cell of your body is reflecting that as it is. Having received the blessings and the presence of the Buddha, then practice Tonlin. Visualizing and being aware of the 6 realms of existence. All of the ones you say are your loved ones, the ones you refer to as enemy, and the indifference ones. Loving kindness and compassion for all. Practice Tonlin. And as you breathe out, you visualize your intentions have manifested. And the Buddha dissolves like water into water. That this present moment of wakefulness is in correlation to the same present moment wakefulness that the Buddha pointed out and has remained without beginning, without end. Do not doubt that the primordial ground of your own mind and the essence and the primordial ground of the Buddha's mind are one and the same. The difference being the Buddhas are sustained in that recognition. And we are fleeting and flight in not remain. In and out sometimes. We have a hard time to sustain. Now just rest and allow yourself to remain. Breathing out, do not even become attached to the experience that arises as a result. It is not about quantity, it's about quality. So thus, Urgyen Rinpoche would say to us, short glimpses many times. Lama Bema Geza Dombola Gyaltsen Joji Guru Bema June Zatura Budur Hando Mambo Burge Gita Zodarugi Jenje La Jeza Zuzu Guru Bema Sede Om Urgyen Yuji Nanjan Bema Geza Dombola Gyaltsen Joji Guru Ne Bema June Zazura Budur Gando Mampo Gurge Gita Sudarugi Jenje La Jeta Zuzu Guru Bema Side Om Urgyen Yuji Nanjan Bema Geta Dombola Gyaltsen Joji Guru Ne Bema June Zazura Budur Gando Mampo Gurge Gita Sudarugi Jenje La Jeta Zuzu Guru Bema Side Imao Jojo Jogi Yegi Sangamzo Joni Jojong Gega Mekeka Jodo Jowa Jembo Jembo Namga Zendo Doje Dore Lama Jogi Gula Zuwade Urgyen Bema Jonela Zuwade Dejen Dorje Dumbe Sangamzo Gonjon Yondan Yonden Jendegi Yeje Gende Jowa Jebego Doji Jedra Neto Zozorda Lama Lozo Kula Zuwade Urgyen Bema Jonela Zuwade Meje Dende Dembe Zengamzo Doji Jembo Jowe Tonlaja Galar Gabde Dergi Donto De Deda Najo Dada Donzogi Mama Jube Gula Zuwade Urgyen Bema Jonela Zuwade Kunzon dozon get up, and the ma get up in the Suzuria. Sojong Nandro Dundo Gaso, Gata Lama Nama Sovade, Zande Zembe Dorje Tuneda, Dojo Nundro Numbe Dorgamia, Nandro Numbo Dumbe Tuzogi, Kude Kude Tobe Nonjemba, Dreame Ozo Jela Sovade, Zejen Gunjen Dola Dweze, Dreame Ozo Rendo Dozo, Oza Lunje Namge Namjoba, Jeme Lembe Jela Sovade. Dungeon Gongen Pema Zenge, the Tubo Guzo Gudu, Singen and Ben and Group, John John, Gundo, Zembella, Sovade, Old Man Jogi, Yenge, Podanga, Tuzo, Zamge, Guji, Gudu, Ranzam, Gogo, Gundo, Dunzebe, Zoe, Lambe, Namla, Sovade. Riro Man Jogi, Yogi, Podan, Tuzo, Samge, Guji, Gogu. Ranzam go 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 zo don't say bazo we la nation la so wa de go wa gun do yondan la ba da do me joge bala ojo zada manje randu ne zo ne do je je go bang do to so ma ma you visualize the subtle body and 3 times. Roma. Kama and Roma. Focus on Uma, middle channel. Nadis. To cleanse and bless the speech. Om ah e u reve reve u kaka gaganga zata zanya tata 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 papa papa ma yawala wa shaga sangasha omedama etu barava etu takata hayo watu dekensa yonoro e ramene maha samana soha Badra Samaya Sa Sa Bam Ho Om Ritsa Ramani Bhavadaye Soha Badra Samaya Sa Sa Bam Ho Om Badra Amrita Kundale Hana Hana Om Ranje Nile Honle Hozo Jobe Lama Dande Sobe Gonje Jodien Gobalo Joden Dute Gabio Medowa Bebe Kumadon Genam Gabaza Samaza Amitabha is appearing. Amitabha, the Buddha of boundless light. Maybe Master Man has picture of Amitabha. I'm not sure if he does, but you can just Buddha sitting in the gesture of tranquility, radiating boundless rays of light throughout the totality of space for the benefit of all sentient beings. Sangye do dan zoge jo nam la chen jo ba jo da ni gap zuji. Dan je chen zo ge be jo nam ge jo la ben ze zhen ge jo ba jo. Sangye do dan zoge jo nam la chen jo ba jo da ni gap zuji. Dan je chen zo ge be jo nam ge jo la ben ze Sange Joba Sho Sange Dodan Jogi Joda Bajo Bajo Daniga Tuji Daji Jendo Gebe Juna Gejola Benze Sange Joba Sho La Ba Bojo Nara Tempa Right, Banza Mahasri Haraguru Dede Toje Torva Guru Zera Sarva Judo Sarva Dharme Sube Sudo Dome Nende Nende Rinpoche Nende Gyeje We Nando Doru Dodoro Bunzo Jobo Dajen Gozo Jembo Ma Om Ma Om Pume Pade Zabarira Larva Sadzo Maza Zadana Pade De Bala Maja Nuse Namo Zabada Bagada Bayo Miju Mugube Sab of the Dente Sapara Name Nagamazoha Namo Zabada Bagada Bayo Miju Mugube Sab of the Sapara Name Nagamazoha Namo Zabada Bagada Bayo Miju Mugube Sab of the Mugente Sapara Nahidam Ganagam Soha Gegadana Nela Do 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 de de ge de da de la do do de bo da do da de ge de da do da de la do ge do 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 da de ge de da do do ne pa te ka ye da. But those aspects of energetic patterns that create disturbances, may they be appeased. So this magical way of thinking. Om Bada Mahashri Haragar Om Dene Dorje Torva Guru Seram Sarva Suto Sarva Dhanama Sute Suto Tume Dinde Dinde Rinpoche Dinjin Shen Geje We Nandu Donuma Kado Doro Muma Bonzon Tsumba Dojin Gazo Jembo Nu Oma Om Oma Om Om Ahum Sarvuturaga Sarasa Sarvuturaga Sarasa Sarvuturaga Sarasa Om Saba Megane Namo Zabara Dagata Bayo Mishu Mugobe Sabamute Saparana Hiram Biranakam Durihana Hiram Balinda Aye Soha Om Saba Megane Namo Zabara Dagata Bayo Mishu Mugobe Sabamute Saparana Hiram Biranakam Durihana Hiram Balinda Aye Soha Om Saba Megane Namo Zabara Dagata Bayo Mishu Mugobe Sabande Saparana Hiranam Durihana Hiram Balinda Taye Soha. Urgyen Samten Ling Gonpa Puja Toryendan Dorje Gonda Tuba Puja Tonge Me Beden Batan Batan Bede Wa Puja Nurin Dundan Dan Wan Nezembe Melan Puja Urgyen Samten Tuba Buddha Tuba Puja Toryendan Dorje Gonda Tuba Puja Tonge Me Beden Batan Batan Mede wa guji, nirindindanda, jewa nezebe mela, namba guji. Senjen tamje jowada, dewa gonda duwa guji, duganda, dugege gonda duwa guji. Donge mebe demba demba da, mede wa guji, nirindindanda, jewa nezebe mela, namba guji. Practice of Amitabha. Amitabha. So please, before we say, you just repeat after me. Om Ami Dewa Shri. 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 Bhadra Samaya Sa Dejen Suje Suje Kule Kuzen Tane Tatu Toje Damje Taje Toba Joje Ba Nanda Nande De La Soba Mame Dewa Shri Om 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 Mame Dewa Shri. In the heart of Amitabha is a lotus, and the sun, and the moon disk, upon which is sitting the seed suitable Ri. You can just see it as HRI. Encircling it, Om Ame Dewa Shri, or written in a clockwise, counterclockwise, but moving clockwise. As it encircles the Ri, which is a brilliant white in color, is radiating the light, which again infuses the mantra, which in turn radiates and fills the body of the deity and radiates out in the 10 directions for the benefit of all sentient beings, immeasurable, boundless light that awakens, that evolves, cleanses, and purifies the essence of all sentient beings. Om Mame Deva Shri, Om Mame Deva Shri, Om Mame Deva Shri, Om Mame Deva Shri, Om Mame Deva Shri. Om Mame Deva Shri, 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 Om Mame Deva Shri. Om Mame Deva Shri, Om Mame Deva Shri, Om Mame Deva Shri, Om Mame Deva Shri, Om Mame Om Mame Deva Shri, 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 Om So you can leave Amitabha there, and I just want to go through this teaching. No Khenpo Rinpoche, no Khenpo Rinpoche. Again, I have connection to. I stayed at his monastery, sat in front of his relics every day for about 2 weeks or more. And he gives the teachings on the meaning of meditation deities. If we are dreaming and someone wishes to awaken us from the dream, the person's voice or touch must enter into our dream state and rouse us from sleep. When someone wishes to awaken us from a bad dream, his or her voice must reach us in our dreaming state in order to awaken us. This is really how it occurs. The one who awakens us does become part of our dream in that moment when he or she tries to wake us from sleep. The analogy here is that we cannot be brought to self-existing awareness by someone simply calling out to us on, this is really, okay. The analogy here is that we cannot be brought to self-existing awareness by someone simply calling out to us, unless he or her voice and message reaches us within our dream. Our awareness is so obscured that we cannot just be awakened right away to the Dhammadhata, the great expanse of knowingness space, the natural state. In order to revive or relieve us from the suffering that we're experiencing in our dream of existence within samsara, the one wishing to awaken us needs to be able to enter into the deluded perceptions which we are affected by or afflicted by in our dreams. What this means is that the Buddhas and those who are awake must appear to the dreamlike deluded perceptions of suffering sentient beings in a form similar to theirs, in a manifestation that can relate to. The awakened ones know that if the sleeping person does not apprehend that he or she is dreaming, they will not be able to recognize this present moment wakefulness, Dhammadhata. The one who is awakened first needs to tell the sleeping person that he or she is asleep and having a bad dream, saying, whatever danger, fearsome appearances, wild animals, and so forth that you see, they just really exist and cannot harm you. So they really don't exist. and they can't harm you. It is just that you are dreaming and you have not yet understood and recognized the nature of your mind. You need to really make an effort to wake up. Wake up and be present in this present moment. Wake up in this present moment of wakefulness, maybe better said, to wake up and recognize this present moment of wakefulness. And through the manifestations and the blessings of the Buddhas appearing in a fashion that we can recognize them even in our dreams, then the blessing is bestowed of wakefulness, which is already ever present. Umami Deva Sri, 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 Umami Deva Sri. Umami Deva Sri, 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 Umami Deva Sri. Umami Deva Sri, 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 Umami Deva Sri. Amitabha is the Dhammakaya of that Dhammadata. Then the Chenrezi is the Sambhoakaya, manifested from the celestial deity of Amitabha. Guru Rinpoche is the Namanakaya, manifested from Chenrezi, the embodiment of Amitabha. So all three kayas exist within Guru Rinpoche. The head of the Lotus family is Amitabha. We descend from this Amitabha in one respect. Connect to the enlightened light of loving kindness and compassion that radiates endlessly from the Buddha of boundless light. Om Amedeva Sri, 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 Om Amedeva Sri. Om Amedeva Sri, Om Amedeva Sri, Om Amedeva Sri, Om Amedeva Sri, Om Amedeva Sri. Om Amedeva Sri, 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 Om Amedeva Sri. Om Amedeva Sri, Om Amedeva Sri, Om Amedeva Sri, Om Amedeva Sri, Om Amedeva Sri. Omamede was real, 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 Omamede was real. Omamede was real, Omamede was free, Omamede was free, Omamede was real, 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 Omamede was real. So this is the practices are to awaken us from our dream of the shadows of darkness of our own creations, and to recognize that really we are always in the light of the enlightened ones, that light of the enlightened quality lies within each and every one of us and is present without cessation. Moment by moment, it is radiant. So to awaken to the realization of that is what is being put forth. Om a e u rivi rivi e hova na kaka da dana sata dana pata dana pata dana papa baba yawa wa shaka sha om badu badu dama ya manu badu ya badu badu de badu Radha Nagova, that was sitting in the way at the Radha Badu I didn't sit in the room. Then go to the inexpressible absolute confession. So I know it's a little bit long, but we'll go through. I think we should do again. Remember, why am I practicing? I am practicing to be of benefits of all sentient beings. I engage in practice to bring about the happiness and the cause of happiness, to alleviate the suffering and the cause of suffering, to bring about the evolution of consciousness, to create this fabric of the enlightened cloth. So a cloth or a shroud that blankets and covers to comfort. So the shroud of the blanket of enlightenment that comforts all sentient beings and alleviates their suffering. This is a miracle. That we could accomplish this would be a great miracle. So we say, Badra Sama. Then the Dorje Senpai appears, Yam Yam, and all of the entourage of the peaceful and wrathful deities. Sone Lama Dorje Duro Pema Dhamma Guru Done Tambo Ganga Yamyo Ta Chanda Chanda Doma Dorje Lama Dorje Dorje Dharma Dorje Sorga Yamyo Dede Dode Tanda Dome Yeje Tuma Dondo Maboda Mamba Dondo Zinda Donde Done Donde Tabe Donde Jena Gado Nando Mate Tu Tabu Doje Tanje Gondo Su Doje Donde Renda Doje Tawa Donde 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 Lama Dorje Tambo Dorje Tambo Tambo Sojo Dorje Konjo Dorje Tando Dorje Dorje Barga Tamze Tenge Tejo Nombo Tamba Tamze Dorje 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 Mezoza Dorje Dorje Dava Mezoze Dora Dorje Dorje Mezoza Doja doja namba edo yi doje namba tande jowa dam joja nede namba kondo de jona nede namba yena zo jona kondo mare kondo dam doma donda namba kedo de nado de tamde neba da geje donde tame pedo Gala Jode Tata Tegode Dode Nava Danda Dhamma Dode Neva Dode Nidode Nada Dode Mamba Dando Nada Dode Tanje Dode Nana Dode Meva Gune Zu Nada Dode Nama Bada Nada Dode Gaba Dode Zode Gode Dode Dode Na Randa Dode Zenge Tobasu Jode Dode Dala Dode Grande Me Dala Pegode Dode Nene Dode Dondo Dode 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 Samba Sado So Zode Nene Dode Deba Nando Dodo Dode Megoze Gode Dome Gode Dodo Anaba Dode Randa Se. Take a breath in for a moment. So, what are we restoring? What are we acknowledging that we may have inadvertently transgressed? And the vow is to ourselves. So at least we know these 10, which there are more. But in the 10, take ultimate refuge only in the 3 jewels. Do not harm sentient beings. Don't misinterpret this one. Do not associate intimately with those who reject Buddhist teachings. Simply meaning we adhere to our path, but we respect the path of others. Respect all images of Buddha, even those that we deem or perceive as purely made. Regard every letter as the actual jewel of Dharma. Respect all practitioners, ordained or not, as the jewel of Sangha. Go for refuge to the 3 jewels again and again, remembering their good qualities. Offer the first portion of whatever is eaten or drunk to the 3 jewels, remembering their generosity. That the prayer that you offer the food with you probably should have. Then take refuge. It says take refuge 6 times a day. Try to do 3 times in the morning or early day, and 3 times in the evening before you depart. but really you have to do more. Then dedicate every undertaking to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Never forsake the three jewels, even at the threat of losing one's life. Then you will all have Genyan vows. Refrain from killing any sentient being. Refrain from taking what is not given. Refrain from lying or deceiving others. Refrain from the overindulgence or partaking of alcohol or other intoxicants that may impair our recognition of the intrinsic state. Refrain from engaging in inappropriate physical, sexual conduct that is harmful to yourself or to anyone else. So at least those we should keep in mind, but the main one is create no harm, body, speech, or mind. So was it in the break to Samaya Sadua, Badu Zadu Samaya, Mano Badaya, Badu Zadu, Sudogaya, Magua, Sudogaya, Magua, Anaratu Magua. So was it in the break to Zaragamazum, Sidum Guru, Sada Dada Gada Badru, my name is Avendebo, and Samaya Sadua, Badru Zadu Samaya, Mano Badaya, Badu Zadu, the Dudamabua, Sudogaya, Magua, Sudogaya, Magua, Anaratu Magua. Sedum Zedum Guru Hong Ha Zum Badru Zadu Samaya Manavaya Badu Zadu Anaradu Nabua Zova Zede Nevea Sedum Sedum Guru Bhagavan Sava Dada Badru Nanimuzo Mahazamaya Zadu Adum Badru Zadu Samaya Manu Vadaya Badru Zadu Anaradu Nabua Zova Zede Nevea Sedum Sedum Guru Bhagavan Sava Dada Badru Nanimuzo Samaya Satu Zumbadu Zadu Sudam Zirum Guru Hong Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Savadada Manubalaya Badru Zadu Dana Badu Nagova Zudogaya Sudam Zirum Guru Hong Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Savadada Badru Zadu Dana Badu Nagova Zudogaya Zedum Zedum Guru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Samaya Zadu Adum Badru Zadu Samaya Manavadaya Badru Zadu Anaradu Mabua Zava Zede Mebeya Zadu Zamazu Sada Dada Gada Badru Mane Mazo Baba Mahazamaya Zadu Adum Badru Manavadaya Sudogaya Mabua Zavagaya Mabua Anaradu Mabua Zava Zede Mebeya Zadu Sada Dada Gada Badru Mane Mazo Baba Mahazamaya Zadu Adum Badru Subogaya Mabua, Anarada Mabua, Zovazemi Saladagada Baru, and Muzavadeva, Mahazamaya, Subogaya Mabua, Anarada Mabua, Zovazemi Saragama. Sadagada Baru, and Muzavadeva, Mahazamaya, Then the fulfillment prayers, the offerings of Amrita, the offering of Ratna, then the offering of Tonama, and the offering of light. So you can just imagine those. Maybe you've set them up already. I have already set them up, so I make offering for you of these aspects. Then hold your Dorje up as though it was a butter knife, and blessings are going out. Nam ye da do da ye jen jen ma be jen do 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 de ba ma ju ju zen jen ma do ba jen je ju ne za da jen ba Om Sadu Sadu Samaya Anu Salaya Sadu Sadu Sainaba Sudogaya Nagova Sudogaya Nagova Anaratu Nagova Sudame Sedun Sudun Guru Om Ha 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 Oh Bhagavan Sava Tata Tata Bhagavan Samaya Sadu Dhammapala Namo Guru Be Namo Guru Be Namo Guru Be Om Sri Denja Haraka Rude Rude Om Jo Om De Dane Dajen Dane Ranjanga Dobe Toje Na Ru Suru Damje Yeje Nime Tuche Neje Damje Koje Koro Uze Ram Om So Debzo Dorje Jinja 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 Tame Pate Yenzo Urgyen Neme Dowa Doga Se Gile Reza Tedo Tedo Ne Majo Dove Lala Supa De Gyaltsen Jena Zawe Baji Do Sojo Bella Lando De So Ze Oma May all of your obstacles be cleared from your path. 두수 삼계 구르는 거제 구르 건너도 정보자 빠지 건서도도 보자 조바도서 진짜바도서 진난조에 받을 조바나 삼바르게 조바지대로 두수 삼계 구르는 거제 구르 건너도 정보자 빠지 건서도도 보자 조바도서 진짜바도서 진난조에 받을 조바나 삼바르게 조바지대로 두수 삼계 구르는 거제 구르 건너도 정보자 빠지 건서도도 보자 조바도서 진짜 진난조에 받을 조바나 삼바르게 조바지대로 두수 삼계 구르는 거제 구르 건너도 정보자 빠지 건서도도 보자 조바도서 진짜바도서 진난조에 받을 조바나 삼바르게 조바지대로 두스승계 구르는 거지 구르가 나되고 정보자 빠지 건서도도 보자 조바도서 진짜바도서 진난조에 받을 조바나 삼바르게 조바지대로 두스승계 구르는 거지 구르가 나되고 정보자 빠지 건서도도 보자 조바도서 진짜바도서 진난조에 받을 조바나 삼바르게 조바지대로 Amitabha, which has been ever present, now dissolves again like water into water. And all the conceptual constructs of what we refer to as our reality also dissolves into the heart of Amitabha and dissolving into our own heart as our own body, speech, and mind from the top and the bottom dissolves into the essence of our own intrinsic enlightened nature, and we rest in the unfabricated state, unfabricated, unadorned. Take a breath in, breathing out. Ah, ah, ah. Again, in the methodology of Urgyen Rinpoche, to sit in stillness like a mountain, and to rest in silence like the standing of a great pine tree. And your mind is as vast and luminous as the sky. Rest as it is. We make no effort to suppress the arising thought, to examine the existing, or to chase after the waning thought. Like clouds forming fantastical figures in the space and then dissolving away. The space of the sky is not altered one iota. Rest your mind in the vastness of space, which is its essence. When some thought does come that seems to linger, merely think of it as, oh, my friend is here. Thank you to remind me to return to what is near and dear. When the thought arises that one recognizes, look to the thinker, not the thought. Let go. Vivid wakefulness. The pitfalls of distraction, of agitation, of dullness, of forgetfulness, and sleep can all be remitted by one antidote: mindful awareness. Without effort, present moment wakefulness, rest. if non-thought, clarity, and the subtle arising of heat manifest, recognize, let go. Do not become enthralled or enamored with meditational experiences. Let go, let be, rest. Breathing out in the gesture of impartiality. Recognize the emptiness of what is seen by the eye, emptiness of what is heard and smelled and tasted and felt, the intrinsic emptiness of what is thought, appearing but empty, empty but appearing. But then last night I could hear Thupten say, says, this is all wonderful. Leave it as it is. Everybody knows an orange is an orange, or a banana is a banana. No big deal. As it is, rest. Gyaltsen no juju. Amitabha tuju ne domanyo nyanyo ba bene shiva tuba sho. Henry when was and was ba de do ba ma do ba ni. Zen red and one and then and do ji jepe do ba do and do. And the one good one get and say the drug one to the bottom. Menu jen doje da la jen do da get mega to doje gambo kanjo mando doje. Zebe meze gado ba de la jen do da je da je. Thupten Dube Dongwa Pande Do Chode Zange Dongwa Dende Dode Dode Dunje Jinje Dode Rara Dode 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 Danje Dode 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 Zunda Jumbo Tanzo Taje Geje Baba Bune Nando Dode Baba Dode on the day and give and give you the name do not by the man remember the Jugana. Seven good and do remember the go to the door and goes out the would ye do not be it on the sick by it of yet maybe it of not budget. Get in the ballad to buy it, to the to watch over. Zamba Rudo Denda Demba Gundo Zumbo Deje de Dade Gunde to Badu Gilwa de Dande Badu. Paden the Megunze Damba Gayam Joa de Gay, Najan Badu Tanda Mendoz engage a large of Bajo. Timbe Bagu la Meshe Beden, the Zingi Buzet Angela, Timbe no Dadu Tumbo Urina Beta Shizo. Zumela made them buzz it, they buzz it, do the some gun base and doji. Zenzo, Zenjo, Rinpoche, Mage, Banam, Gegoji, Banama, Meba, Ye, Conte, Contu, Gazo. Gazo, Gaye, don't wait, don't do you go, Yen dojo, Zembe, Dojo. Nandra, Rebana, make us so the Dumbaranda, Tashi, Dale. Diet got the better got the better some get the body so diet get the better some get the body so diet got the better some get the body so let go of what is past, let go of what may come, let go of what is happening now. Don't try to figure anything out, don't try to make anything happen. Relax right now. Let go, let be, rest. Gyaltsen, Dorje Sampa, Dorje Ne, Lama, So on the Chodro Urgyen, the time of the presenting of the miracles by the Buddha, I wonder if the Buddha could have foreseen or known the miracle of the day, where we can weave a confluence of consciousness, of similarity of focus, to engage in a practice and having the thought and the motivation to do something that will be of benefit to all, whether it is at a physical or metaphysical level. And in the doing of it, I hope perhaps we forgot our own troubles and concerns, which are small in comparison to others. And that, as the says, the only peace that you will find is the peace that you have in your hearts at this very moment. And the only strife and difficulty and suffering that will ensue is also the causality that lies within us too. So these practices are to become the terms with how we construct what we call our reality, and as Sojong Rinpoche said, to awaken from the dreams. And may the miracle of the blessed Buddhas come to you, and in the middle of the night, perhaps shake you too, and say, wake up to the miracle of your own enlightened quality, so you can be of greater benefit to all sentient beings through and through. So I must finish there, being that we have arrived at the appointed hour, and really now it is just the beginning. Enjoy the rest of this day in peace and harmony. And as I said, in the next 15 days, like the old preachers would say, in the next 15 days, I want you to look to your heart and look to the space. And as you engage with others, may that miracle unfold in your life and astonish you in ways that you never thought before. I ask this of Guru Rinpoche, Gyaltsen, Urgyen Samten Ling Gonpa. Then from the distant land, is it not a miracle? Priscilla just appeared, and Papa, we have one baby coming in our midst, the Ogo-san. He's going to have baby him and Maria. So we bless all the way from my home country, Portugal, these two. So now I have to go. I'm just wanting to get